everybody, back again with another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope your life's going well. Hope this week has gone well for you, and hope that today has gone well for you. Today is Saturday. It's Saturday afternoon, February the 22nd, 2025. It's about 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I hope that you're all having a wonderful weekend, and I hope that you all have fun things planned for the weekend, and I hope it's been productive and non-stressful as well, right? Because who needs stress on the weekend, right? But anyway, so last weekend I actually bought a new car. Not brand new, of course not brand new. I actually recently bought a 2012, and I used to have a 1999 Toyota, and I had to sell that car due to the fact that it was just really showing its age. Stuff was just breaking on it. The locks stopped working. Like when I went to press the lock button or tried to lock the car, only like one of the locks would actually lock. And it was like, okay, I don't want to have to pay to fix these locks. Not all the windows rolled down. The check engine light was on. And when I plugged in my scan tool to the car, it was telling me something about the catalytic converter, and I'm like, do I really want to fix this on a vehicle that is 26 years old? I think not. And what else is wrong with the car? Oh, it had a really, really bad oil leak as well. And there was just some other issues as well. The speedometer stopped working as well, and so it was just time for that car to time for me to get rid of that car and get something newer. Still a 13-year-old car, so it's like not new, but it's newer, right? I paid cash, of course. I'll never finance a car ever again. I did that once for like 1 year. I had a 2021 Toyota Corolla that I was financing. Did that for a year, and I decided after a year that I didn't want a car payment ever again. So what I did was I just sold the car to CarMax, and basically got rid of that car that way by selling it to CarMax. And and so I didn't want that loan. I didn't want a loan. Also didn't like the fact that you're having to pay for full coverage, because remember, when you're financing a vehicle, you have to have full coverage on that vehicle. You can't just go and get liability only coverage on a vehicle that you're financing, right? Because it's technically not your vehicle. It's still the bank's vehicle. As long as you have a loan on that vehicle, it's really not technically yours. It's still the bank's vehicle. And so you're going to be required to have full coverage on that vehicle, right? That vehicle that still belongs to the bank until you pay that loan off. Okay? And so, you pay cash for a vehicle, it's yours. When you have that title in hand, it's your vehicle. If you want to put liability only coverage on it, you can. And that's what I do personally. I only do liability only coverage. pay cash for a vehicle, liability only coverage. You know, that's how I do it. And financially, that's really the best way to do it. You'll always come out ahead financially if you just pay cash for a vehicle rather than financing it, for the simple fact that you're not paying interest on some loan. You're just paying cash, right? Say a vehicle cost $10,000, right? Well, you pay the $10,000 plus, your, fees and taxes and all that. You just pay that one set price. But when you go and finance a vehicle, now you have monthly payments, right, on the amount that your loan is, which is going to be your the actual purchase price minus whatever your down payment is, and the amount left over is, your loan amount. But you have to pay interest on that, right? And so you end up paying like way, way more than you would have paid if you would have just paid cash for the car, right? And then, of course, now you're paying more for insurance because you have to have full coverage, So, yeah. And I understand, why people would want full coverage on a vehicle, but I'm just saying you're not required to have that on a vehicle that you own, like outright with no loan, title in hand, all that. But you will come out ahead financially. You will, paying cash. The thing about it is, it's funny too. I bought my vehicle from a dealership because I really couldn't find any good deals from any like private sellers, because normally you would find like a better deal from like someone, like an individual who's just selling their car like privately. But for some reason I couldn't really find any deals that were that good. And so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just go to a dealership. But of course, paying cash, not financing. When I walked in the dealership, everybody greeted me and everything. But it was interesting, because they asked me, did I have good credit? I guess they assumed that I was gonna finance a vehicle. I don't know. Maybe they're used to so many people coming in there and financing a vehicle. They didn't realize that I was paying cash. So I immediately told them, like, no, I pay cash. I pay cash. I mean, my credit's good, but I pay cash. So, when you pay cash for a vehicle, they not gonna run a credit check and all that. And, you don't need 3 pay stubs and all that stuff, and, proof of income, all that. You pay cash, you just bring your cash, your license, your proof of insurance, and I think that's all I need, unless I'm missing something. But you don't need all that extra stuff that you would need when you're financing. Because I do remember when I financed my no, it was a 2017 Corolla. Yeah, it was a 2017 Corolla. I think earlier in the video I said a 2021 Corolla, but it was in 2021 I financed a 2017 Corolla. That's what it was. And I remember when I did that, they had to run like a credit check on me, and I had to bring proof of income. I think I had to bring like recent pay stubs. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I had to do all that, and that's what you have to do when you finance. See, the thing is, one thing I noticed that some people will do is they'll have like $5,000 cash, and they'll use it towards like a down payment on a car that's like $30,000, and I'm like, what's wrong with just paying cash for a $5,000 car? What's wrong with that? You end up ahead in the long run versus financing a $30,000 car, simply because it's more modern and it looks nicer, and some of the stuff is still under warranty, which is, don't get me wrong, that's a good thing. Having things under warranty is a good thing, but I wouldn't buy a new car simply because the stuff is up under warranty. So that's just me, though. I get everybody's different, though, but there's still, there's a lot of good cars out here that are, $5,000. I would say between the $5,000 and the $10,000 range. You can, if you're able to save up that amount of money and just pay cash for that vehicle, you would come out ahead versus saving $5,000 to $10,000 for a down payment on some car that's like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, right? I mean, there's plenty of good cars that are in the $5,000 to $10,000 range. Toyotas, Hondas, those are the two, in my opinion, most reliable brands. I mean, there's other good brands, but me, I'm a Toyota or Honda person, right? Because those cars have consistently shown that they will be reliable in the long run, as long as you take care of them. As long as you can take care of them. If you don't take care of them, they won't be as reliable. And even if you're not saving $5,000 to $10,000, let's just say the $3,000 to $5,000 range, you save $3,000. You can find a decent car. Well, it'll be a car that likely needs some work, but you can still find a car that's in the $3,000 to $5,000 price range that will get you from point A to point B. But make sure you do have a bit extra to budget for, some maintenance that it's probably gonna need right away, right? That's what you'd have to do in that situation. And it'll probably be an older car, but still, you will still come out ahead, because guess what? You can put liability only insurance on that vehicle, right? Versus you financing, right, a car that's what, 20, 30 grand with that $3,000 down payment, and now you have to pay extra for full coverage. Now you have to pay that monthly payment, with that interest, right? You come out ahead overall paying cash. I'm somebody that, I would say, paying cash, in my opinion, is the best way to buy a car. But, I understand everyone's different, and some people really would like a nicer car, right? Because, these newer cars are pretty expensive, right? And so, for many people, they have to finance in order to get that vehicle. And so, that newer vehicle that they want. So, I guess. But, in this society, we do normalize taking out loans for a car. I'm not really sure why that's normalized though. Absolutely nothing wrong with paying cash for an older vehicle. Because at the end of the day, it's a vehicle. It's something that's going to get you from point A to point B. And it's a depreciating asset too, right? So you're taking out a loan on something that's going down in value. So just keep that in mind as well. But yeah, just kind of wanted to talk about financing versus paying cash. Well, I think really you come out ahead paying cash for a car versus financing. But anyway, I do thank you all for watching. I hope that you're relaxed and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay tuned for more videos.